gear. Now I want them to set the gas pedal, so squeeze the gas pedal about a pound coin thickness and then hold the foot still. The foot still. Slowly up the clutch until the engine sound changes. Just find that biting point, which is quite low here, and then feet still again. Because what do you think is going to happen if you don't tell them to keep the foot still?
You're going to pull against the handbrake or stall.
So what will they do if you don't tell them to keep the foot still? Will they keep the foot still, or will they take the foot off the clutch?
We're going to bring it up.
Yeah, so make sure they get the foot still. Right, now we need to make sure that we're checking that it's safe all the way round. Now once we're happy it's safe and there's nobody there that will benefit from the signal, we're going to release the handbrake, keeping that foot still off with the handbrake, and then we'll slowly bring the clutch up another pound coin thickness, going gently to the right, so then back to straight. Now we're going to take the next road on the left, so check the centre mirror, check the left hand door mirror, and then we're going to signal down for left. Well, we're going quite slow. We're going to go in second, the palm towards me, clutch down, off gas and into second, slowly back up with the clutch, mirror, we're going to have to give way to this guy, so gently with the brakes. Just let this car come through, palm towards me, back into first gear. Going to set the gas, slowly up with the clutch, checking centre and right mirror before we move out. And then we're going to check the mirrors again before we put that left signal back on again. Making sure we check to see it's safe to come round to the left. And then we're going to take the next road on the left again. So centre mirror, left mirror, signal down for left. Going into second gear, we're going to take it nice and slow. So centre and left mirror before we turn. Nice and slow as we come round the corner, so steering nicely round to the left. We'll check as we come into the new road, centre and right mirror, so we can move out safely to the right. And then we're going to come up to the end of the road and we're going to turn left again. So nice and gently as we come round the corner. So centre mirror, right mirror to make sure it's safe to move out. Now at the end of the road we're going to turn left. So checking the centre mirror, moving on the course, go around the van. Left door mirror as well, I'm going to signal down for left. Cover the brake and clutch, gently brake to slow. Clutch down, gently brake to stop. And then hold the feet still, going to go back into first gear, so palm towards me, into first gear. Going to pop the handbrake on for a minute, because a little bit of a slope, setting the gas, slowly up the clutch to the biting point, making sure we look both ways at least twice. Slowly up the clutch, about a pound coin thickness, keeping that foot still. We're going to come gently around the corner, and then we're going to find a safe place to pull up on the left. So make sure the signal's off, centre mirror, left mirror. Going to cover the brake and clutch, gently brake to slow, clutch down, gently brake to stop, feet still. Handbrake back on, into neutral, and then we're going to switch the engine off here. Okay, does that make sense to start with?
Yeah.
So what we want to do in a moment is we're going to switch the roles here, where you're actually now going to talk me through how we would approach the junctions. So using the correct terminology, but giving yourself enough space so you've got time to be able to control it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so are you ready to go into roll on this?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, okay, so over to you then.
Okay, Steve, so when you're ready, we can start the car. So check your neutral first.
Okay, yeah.
That's it. We'll start the car. Okay, we're going to move off when it's safe. So clutch fully down. Palm towards me and select first gear. Clutch up slowly to the foot walk.
So what should we have been doing at that point? What did I keep doing with the clutch there?
You didn't keep your foot still, so I didn't tell you to keep.
So I know we're talking about driving a diesel here, obviously to a certain extent we'll get away with it to a degree. Yeah. But did we say about setting the gas there at all?
No, yeah, I see what I mean. What I normally do is get them to get the bike first and then set the gas just before.
The problem is, if you've got that, will they be able to hear that engine sound change? And if you refer back to the essential skills, what does it say about actually setting the car up? Have you seen what it says in there when it says about the routine for preparing the car? I know obviously with a diesel you don't always need to do that. Yeah. But of course, with the diesel, if you get to the clutch to the biting point, which you can, and the car will drag itself forward because you've got the power to be able to do that, don't we? Yeah. But of course, one, they can't hear the engine tone change quite the same, can they?
No. What? Yeah.
And also, when you go out onto a junction, out onto a busy roundabout, have they got any power at that point?
No.
So what about when they're going out onto a faster roundabout? How's the car going to?
Well, I tell them to set the gas then.
Yeah. But ideally, what they say is, ideally, we'd want them setting the gas to start with. So some SEs can be a little bit funny about this. So if we get them setting the gas to start with, then bringing the clutch up so we can just hear that slight engine tone change, and then make sure they keep the feet still.
Yep.
All right to go back and have another go at that?
Yeah.
Right, so let's restart the engine. Okay.
Okay, so clutch free then.
Yeah.
Palm towards me. Select first gear. Select first gear. So we're going to so
You say clutch down.
yeah.
What do we need to make sure they also do?
Keep your foot down. Yeah.
Keep your foot still in there.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Right, okay. Steve will never behave if you tell me to behave.
Okay.
Right.
So selecting first gear, keeping our clutch down into it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now we need to bring our clutch up to the
So what
bike
do we do?
slow-
What do we do before we bring the clutch up to the bike? What do we need to set to start with?
set the gas.
Right. So
Yeah.
that pound coin thickness.
Yeah, by a pound coin thickness, and just bring the clutch
And what
up.
we do with the foot at this point with the gas pedal?
Just keep your foot still.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And bring your clutch up slowly to the right point, and just keep your
Oh
foot
yeah,
still.
I can hear that slight
Keep your
change
foot
now.
still
Yeah.
now, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to make our observations. Look around us through our mirrors. That's it. Right. So, is it safe to move off?
Seems to be okay. Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to give a signal?
No, not at the moment. I don't think
Okay.
so.
Move off when it's safe. Just checking your blind spot as you
Oh yeah.
just before you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's set a little more gas. Just bring the clutch up slowly. Which way we go?
Left at the end.
We're going to turn left at the end of this race. Checking our mirrors.
Yeah. So when do I need to put the signal on?
Mirrors and then signal. Looking both ways before we emerge. Is it clear?
Which one am I looking?
You're looking to your left, you're looking both ways, but
Oh yeah. Yeah.
at least twice.
And then we're going to come down to the end of the road and we're going to turn left again.
Right. So at the end of this road, we're going to turn left again, Steve. Okay.
So end of the road turning left.
Right, end of the road turning left. So you're checking our interior,
Yeah.
our centre mirror and left mirror.
Yeah. So when am I going to put the signal on? Yeah.
Signal,
Well, what am I still doing here at the moment?
gently
So-
braking
Yeah.
and clutching. Clutching, back to front. Palm towards me first. Flicking both ways. Okay. Squeeze your gas. About the thickness of a pound coin just before you're ready to go. And bring your clutch up slowly when you're
So where am I looking?
Keep looking back to your left there, as well as your right.
Okay, we're going to take that next road on the left again.
Taking it, the next road on the left, you see? Okay, so he's given way, just checking our mirrors.
Yeah. Okay, do I need?
So centre,
Yeah.
left
Oh, yeah.
mirror and signal left.
Yeah. Oh, should we signal left
So
now?
you're
Would
gonna
I?
check our centre and right mirror. Yep. Checking your mirror before you turn. So your centre and left mirror. Looking into your road, steering left to your road, straighten up and check your mirror when steering left.
We'll take the next road on the left.
Taking the next road on the left. So again into centre and left mirror signal.
Okay. So they get me to find a safe place to pull up on the left here in the moment.
Okay, Steve, so once we find a safe place to stop, I'll let you stop on the left. That's convenient. Because you're not on this bank.
So perhaps might be good is if we come out to the end of the road, turn left, and then we'll
Yeah,
pull up where
okay,
we start.
where we
Otherwise, it's
stop,
going to be tight
yeah,
here, and
yeah.
otherwise.
Okay, so the end of this road, we're going to turn left again.
So start
So
thinking a bit
centre-
further.
Centre left mirror,
Yeah.
signal left. That's it. Very gently on the brakes. Get ready with your clutch, not too early with your clutch. Clutch in. That's it, clutch in. Gently brake.
Clutch in? What do you mean by clutch
Clutch
in?
down.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Sorry. So looking both ways. Set a little gas. Bring the clutch up nice and slow.
Okay.
So look both ways. Set your gas. Slow. Thickness of a pound coin. Bring your clutch up nice and slow this time.
So, oh, done it again. Sorry.
Slowly with your clutch.
Right.
Stop on the left.
Okay. Okay. Right. Right, so at a roll for a minute, how did that feel?
A little bit slow for me, really. It's a bit.
Okay, so,
yeah.
so what do you think we needed to do, perhaps? How could we have improved on that, do you think? What did we need to do to make
Plan
that
further
better?
ahead, sort of,
Yeah?
start things early, MSPSO early on.
So start a little bit earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we need to start the planning a little bit further back, didn't we? Just
Yeah.
give ourselves that space in it, because otherwise what's happening to our talk through?
It's all rushed. And,
Yeah. Okay, so we need to make sure we give ourselves a little bit more space. The other thing is, when we were coming up, we had those parked cars on the left, didn't we?
yeah.
You said about checking the centre mirror and the left mirror, which is great. What about when we put the left signal on? Where would they have thought we were perhaps going?
We stop him behind it.
Yeah. So what could we have done that would have made that better, perhaps?
Delayed our signal maybe.
So if we'd moved out onto course to start with, if we'd moved out to go past the parked vehicles,
Yeah.
then we'd put the signal on, what would that actually make sure that the people knew we were going to do? Are we pulling in behind the vehicle, or are we going past and then turning
yeah,
left?
Turning past.
So really we want to do it as we moved out on the course, don't we? Rather than while we're tucked in behind the vehicles. Otherwise they're going to think that we are going to pull in and stop, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we need to make sure we're okay with that.
Yeah.
The other thing is, like when we were coming out, it was great when you said bring the clutch up, but of course, what was I doing with the clutch? Did I actually bring it up slowly to the biting point and then pound coin thickness, or did I just let the foot come off the clutch?
Brought it straight up, yeah.
So once we get to the biting point, how much clutch do we need to make the car move? I know the essential skills says we should ease the clutch up slowly a little more, but they don't give any sort of definition of how much, do they?
No.
But to help them, once you get to that biting point, if they bring the clutch up another pound coin thickness, how's the car going to move? Is it going to move quickly or just move slowly? Then another pound coin thickness, the car will move a little bit more, a little bit more gradual, rather than getting to the biting point to bring the clutch up slowly. What does slowly mean?
Yeah.
You know, I know, but does the learner driver actually know that?
Yeah.
So how do we want to sort of try to work on that the next time we go around the block? What are you going to try and do next time?
Do more reference. So.
Yeah, just give them a little bit more in it, so you've got a little bit more control of them.
Yeah.
But it's only a matter of practice. You've got the right idea with it. We just need to work on this a little bit more to help with that.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Right, do you want to have another go?
Yeah, okay.
Right.